Pump's been in here for probably 10 years. Definitely partially my fault for sure. It's sticky. But yeah, we're in business. All right. It's time to get these injectors pulled out. They're due for a clean. This thing's on E85 plus the Premix for the rotary stuff, so they're prone to getting pretty gunked up and nasty, and me letting this thing sit as long as I do does no favors for it. So I just popped one injector out of the primary, and you can see how gunked it is right there. It's disgusting. Obviously that's not the injector itself, but it's just an idea of what kind of grody stuff goes on from letting this stuff sit. So that would sit right into the housing like that. So that's probably oil residue, dirt mixed up, burned oil. Definitely not ideal. Definitely partially my fault for sure. But yeah, I gotta pull these all out and clean them up, and then let's get these things tested and cleaned. And then maybe I'll try to start taking more care of this thing and running it more frequently. Just pulled the other primary out. It's disgusting. Super gross. It's definitely not helping anything considering the injector sprays way back here. And it's got to atomize over that garbage. Definitely can't help. This thing runs pretty good overall, but obviously that's no good. It's grody. It's gross. Alright, got these cups all cleaned up. And these are my spare injectors. They were actually for the T2. But I'm going to steal them for the FD for now. Once I get all these out, those will go off to get cleaned and tested. And then those will eventually go into that car once I get that fresh motor in there and then start upgrading all the fuel system. Alright, got the new injectors placed in there. Secondaries up top in the manifold. Primaries down there. Center iron. Get that stuff plugged up for now. Make sure nothing falls in there. Take a little lunch break. But I think after I do that, I'm probably gonna hop back in the back, pull the fuel pump out. It's an in-tank fuel lab setup. And just make sure everything's looking clean in there. And then hopefully this thing's pretty dialed. Probably to take a look at the tune, get a couple logs, and go from there. Alright, I got the front end all buttoned back up. Haven't tested for leaks yet, but first I'm gonna pull the pump out back here and check that filter that's in tank before I prime the system all up again. And then I'll check for leaks up here. Alright, just popped the fuel pump out. And the sock's pretty filthy. Pretty grody. So I think that's specific to the fuel lab pump. So I'm probably going to have to get on the ringer real quick and try to get one of those coming ASAP. Yeah, it's so grody. I don't know what it's super sticky. I think it's probably a mix between the E85 with the premix that I run in the fuel, 1 ounce per gallon. So I don't know if from letting that stuff sit long periods of time, but I mean everything is like sticky, like oily. So not ideal probably. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get one of these real quick. I can't remember. I've replaced this pump once. I had it fail one time on me way back. I'm not sure what exactly was, but it seized up on me. I was out horsing around one night real late and got home, no problem, parked it, and the next day it was completely seized up and would not pump. So clearly I had pissed it off somehow. That was probably, honestly, that was probably 10 years ago now. So this pump's been in here for probably 10 years. No issues. So I ended up just, I called Fuel Labs, and then they told me to just pretty much brake clean out that fuel sock, and they are reusable. It is stainless, so I guess that's expected. I soaked it in gasoline, and that really cleaned up a lot of the sticky junk, and then hosed it down with brake clean from the inside out as well as I could. Popped it back in. All right, we're in business. Fuel pressure is a little high, 55. I'm gonna bump that down to like 45. See where that gets us. 53, gonna have to make some bigger adjustments than that. Alright, we're at 50. I'll probably leave it at that for now. It is idled up a bit because I just cold started it. Yeah, we're at about 50. I saw 49 for a second. Once it's warmed up, go for a little cruise and then readjust it. But yeah, we're in business. This thing's ripping like it used to. So we're back in business here on the FD, which is pretty sick because this thing's been kind of just sitting for the last couple years. But ready to go drifting this weekend.